fadeaway. Money.
There he goes. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
Puts it up on the buzzer, gets it to goal!
Soglu, whoa!
Tualo doubles up.
Wide open! It's good! It's good!
And that's
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. With award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1.
express yourself.
At Coles Express.
Fasten up your seatbelts, do a double take. Don't need to be a millionaire to roll this kind of way. Yeah, I got the recipe to do it every day. Straight to the top, and that's where we gon' stay. Yeah. Step it up your game. Yeah, we do it every day. Step it up, step it up.
Take it to the next level.
Step it up again.
Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Elevate your adventure.
If you watched the previous women's game, welcome back to the Nest. If you're here for the first time tonight, welcome again to this men's game between the Diamond Valley Eagles and the Ballarat Miners. Well, we saw a fantastic ending to the women's game earlier. Haven't had many close ones ending this year, but that certainly was one with the Eagles taking out the win in that game. Can the men replicate the same thing, or will we see Ballarat get up this evening? My name is AJ. Sitting next to me is Geordie. Welcome, mates.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good game.
Absolutely.
Two teams that, you know, love to get out and run, love to score. And if there's anything like the ending of the women's game, we're in for a good one. Looking at the Ballarat team this season, they currently sit 4th on the table with a 5-2 record. They're a team that loves to score. They're second in the league for points, averaging 94 a game. So if they get anywhere near that number, you think that they would be in for a W here tonight. Obviously a fair bit of a drive, though, down from Ballarat, so hopefully not many tired legs from the bus ride down here to Diamond Valley Stadium.
Absolutely. And don't forget as well, too, it's a doubleheader this weekend for the Eagles. They'll be playing a home game tomorrow at 12 and 2 p.m. against the Geelong Supercats. It's going to be a nice sunny 13 degrees and raining, so what better thing to do than to come down and support the Eagles tomorrow afternoon. It'll be referee round as well too. Always a local association round as well. A domestic team gets free entry also to the game. So if you're a Yarrambat Phantoms player local to the area and come in your uniform, pay $0 at the door to get in, which is fantastic. So we'll see you tomorrow. But otherwise, we are just over a minute away from this one kicking off. Notice the name too, Jordan, for the Eagles as well, stepping on court tonight for the first time this season.
Yes, Jock Perry from the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers in the NBL season. Played college at St Mary's for 3 years and UC Riverside for the other. So a pretty accomplished resume. Played for the Casey Cavaliers last season in the NBL 1, and can't say he is not a bad get for Diamond Valley given his resume. Number 20, the big fella just there. So hopefully we'll add to a Diamond Valley team that obviously with DJ going away.
Yep.
He left a hole there, as DJ is a very classy player. So hopefully Perry can fill some of that for Diamond Valley.
Well, just standing up now, he is a foot taller than anyone else on the court at the moment. He's a very, very tall boy. And it'll be very interesting to see how he goes tonight. No statistics on him, so...
No. The closest one maybe to him is Riley Dunn on the bench for Ballarat, who is quite tall.
Even this jump ball percentage as well, too, is very interesting.
As Perry gets us underway with a hit, but Ballarat get possession through Pozoglu. Up top to Rudolph. Kicks to Lloyd. Lloyd dribbles around the perimeter. Inside to Brooks. Thosby, who scored 30 points last game for Ballarat. And Capitola just grabs the ball and the leg. And it'll be a shot clock violation to start. Great defence there from Diamond Valley.
Be very careful laying on the ground and grabbing a defensive player. That is an unsportsmanlike foul every day of the week. The officials just coming to the bench now to replace the ball.
Yes.
Actually not happy with the quality. So
now it's good to see we had all the time pre-game. We can get a ball that's the right pumped up.
It's happened many, many times before, I understand. So back underway. Simons inbounds. To Eric Kufritzis. Seen a lot of court time this season as Perry gets his first possession of the season.
He is very tall.
Absolutely. To Manyang. Capitola wants a screen, finds an open baseline. Has a very, very good rejection there. Well done by Rudolph. Lloyd tries to go all the way in. It ends up going back outside. A three-point attempt just falls out from Rudolph.
And Kufritzis, that's hustle play. Goes up and gets it, earns a foul.
Interesting to know who's that on. It appears to have been on Brooks by the looks of it.
Yep, number 20.
His first for the night, so fast start, no score. He's going to be the first team to open their account this evening. Simon's just pushed off that screen. Kafritzis receives a pass back from Manyang. Short two, falls long. Simon's also just pushed through the back
exactly,
there, but
just
no
ran straight
call.
through him.
Officials just letting this one go a bit loose to start, which we never complain about. It's good to see. Lloyd goes around to the point, and Hornsby ran the baseline, kicked it outside. A very good attempt there, and a basket from Pizoglu, who opens the account this evening. Kept hole up. Simons wants to respond. Three. Just falls to the right. And can't collect the offensive rebound there, and the Miners are going to move it quickly again. Mosby gets the screen, finds his man open on the wing, and that's a nice short two jumper there as well by Rudolph. Fast start by Ballarat.
Rudolph averaging 22 points this season. Very top-heavy team, Ballarat, but it's working for him.
So, Manyang didn't have a lot of room. Tried to make the best of it he could. That one falls off the ring. Pizoglu drives base and just beat Manyang to the basket there. He'll register his first personal. Nice to the line for two.
And they've clearly set the intent here nice and early, Ballarat. They want to get out and run. You know, they're a team that we're looking down. They only had 5 bench points last game against Dandenong, so their real run and gun offense is through their starters. It's through getting those guys into the 20s and getting up to that 94-point mark that they've been able to hit almost every time this season.
Penny Allen steps onto the court. Perry will take a seat as Pizoglu misses the first.
Well, he's shooting 52% on the year, so as Simon's going to check out and then got a cut on his knee.
Does indeed, actually, just walking past. No one noticed it until the official just picked it up when he was standing in the lineup. So everyone having a bit of a laugh. All good.
So Willie will check on for the first time tonight.
I would not want to go up against Desmond O'Willie in any kind of contest at all.
No.
He is just a very strong-looking boy walking down the court there as the second does not drop. So the Eagles yet to get on the board. Yet to really see any proper play yet, so we'll see what they can do here. Fritzis to Capitola. Allen wants the screen and the pass back. Allen takes the three-point attempt inside to O'Willie. Just pushes it a bit long. And once again, defensive rebound through Pizoglu, who almost took it over the baseline. Managed to reset himself. And Lloyd gives it outside to Thosby. Now another outside look for three from Rudolph. Nails that one too. And now it's an 8-zip run for the Miners.
And you really want to get your offense started here if you're Diamond Valley, as Allen tries to answer with a three. That rims out. They get the offensive rebound with O'Willie. Out to Manyang for three. That one's off as well. And just a little bit of a mishap there on the rebound.
I think Brooks was kind of just egging Allen to take that three-point attempt there because he thought about it. Smart move. It didn't drop, so the Eagles with the baseline play. Long kick to Allen at the point. Fritzis. To Manyang for three to respond. That one also offline. There's the Eagles' 8th field goal attempt for the night so far, and they are yet to register a digit. As Lloyd just finds the gap inside. Strong work there, but Allen had something to say about it, and now the Eagles will push hard. Kafritzis in a one-on-one. Registers 2, and the Eagles are on the board. So, the Miners now just moving it around. Osby, shot clock being called out down to 5. That one floating up high off the ring tip, but Willie collects the rebound and a foul for his troubles. That one going the way of Nicholas Pizoglu. So his first personal. Manyang stepping out. And Mandrel-Worthy coming in. Seeing some minutes this season as well too for him, which is good, and he's certainly made use of them as well too.
Exactly, averaging just over 12 points a game in so far this season. A couple of boards and rebounds per game to go away with that, as Brooks checks out for Ballarat after an 8-2 start in the first 4 and a bit minutes.
Fritzes to Allen. Tallest point guard in the NBL 1. I challenge you to find someone else that does. What a dunk by a Willie.
Yeah, it's smart no one jump with him because you're not going to win that contest.
Lingard stepped on court for tonight to Rudolph. Now another 3 attempts from Pizoglu, and they are hot from outside. 3 from 5. Fritzes. Inside to a Willie. Just works his player down. He had good intentions for that pass, but it was still rescued to Capitola. That was a really, really, really good effort there from Kafritzis. So, all just working its way around the point now. Thosby ends up with it, goes inside to Rudolph. Can't get the bonus bucket, but we'll go to the line for 2. Show going the way of Desmond Awili, his first personal.
Rudolph, 82% so far on the year for him from the free throw line, and like we said earlier, they're quite a very top-heavy team, and they're going to have to be tonight with Jack Davison, who's out with an injury. He averaging 24 this season, which is actually second in the NBL 1 South. So, bit of a hole to fill there, but Rudolph and Pizoglu are trying to do that, fill that hole really early on here.
Rudolph makes the first and the second. So just fast 10-point start to them. That's the first look at a basket they've had in a little while. Down to a 6-point lead. Allen just backdoor cut to Kafritzis. A fadeaway too. Gee, that was good. Well done, Eric Kafritzis.
Playing a bit more of a playmaking role tonight for Kafritzis, and has given him a few opportunities early.
So, Rudolph to Dunmore from outside. A relatively rare miss for the Miners so far. The official's going to see that off their hands, and it will go the way of the Eagles. Stepping on court, Bokit. And another new face as well, too, for Diamond Valley. Lou.
As Renfrey will check on for Ballarat, as though those will have a seat. Just over 4 minutes left here in the first as Balcat brings up the court for Diamond Valley. Still Worthy. Up to Allen up the top. They give him a little bit of space as Balcat comes off a couple of screens. So Worthy's got it with 10 on the shot clock. Comes off a screen from O'Willie. Thinks about it. Liu sees the man fly by. Mid-range jumper and nothing but the net. He just saw Dunmore go completely flying past him there as Renfrey brings it up here for Ballarat. Kicks it to Pizoglu. He'll come off a screen on the baseline.
Gee, I was just about to say, it's that little Euro step before you try to drive into the ring where both feet lift off the ground, and the officials are getting, not better I should say, but more alert to that, because it's getting picked up more and more often these days. They do not register it in the NBA.
No, exactly.
I think a lot of people see that and try to play it here in Australia, and it does not fly, as evidenced there against Dunmore. So Allen at the point wants a backcourt cut to you, just couldn't find it in there, and the Miners will now push quickly. Pizoglu outside, full short, another run out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that just right there demonstrates the Ballarat type of basketball. Get it down the court quick. If you've got a shot, look at it. And that's why they've been able to be successful so far this season. So Diamond Valley got to make sure their transition defence stops those really open looks.
Bokit to Worthy. He also wants to pull up too. The official signals 3, but that falls long. Another easy rebound there for Ballarat. Moving quickly now, all the way down. Well, I saw that from here, and Allen owns it too. He just had his hands wrapped around Pizoglu. He'll put into the line for 2. A new Lou, by the way. He's a 6'4" import, it appears, a shooting guard who played for the under-19s for China in their World Cup. So, I haven't seen him on court before for the Eagles, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight.
As Pizoglu has 2, and only been 2 scorers so far on the night for Ballarat. but it's handing a 3-point lead at the moment. He missed his 2 free throws earlier on tonight. He's shooting just over 50% in this short season so far.
Second just falls out of the ring, so a bit of a reprieve for the Eagles. Back to a 3-point ball game now after the Miners' very fast start to the quarter. Bokut to Worthy on the wing. Sees Allen inside. He wants to go for an inside pass. Needs to be careful with that key time. Willie goes up. Scoots it a bit long. I think Bokut had his hands on that. He did. So we'll go the way of Ballarat.
I'd love to see O'Willie just try to go to work there. He's very well built. He sort of just looked like he was just looking to pass that and not really go at his man.
When you don't move your feet with 1 foot in and out of the key, you are getting some serious count time for the official. They let that go very long. The bench did not like Renfree's arm there in offence. The play continues. Nice little over-the-top look from Lingard there. And
now it might be 2 quick ones there on Allen, or it could be Liu. Let's have a look. No, Allen. So 2 quick ones. No.
And as Allen switched for Perry earlier, they will now re-switch again for that reason, unsurprisingly. So, John Perry taking the court again.
No, Diamond Valley up to 14 fouls. And we saw the same thing in the women's game. Fouls early in the quarter can cause some problems late, as we've got a bit of a mismatch here. And basically just dribbles around the court.
Well,
probably could have gone for a reverse layup, but Perry just let him sort of walk past and go, see you later.
I can't remember the last time I saw a double dribble call in an NBL1 game here. I'd love to see that on replay.
Yes.
Regardless, Eagles get another easy possession. Bokut. Perry finds his way over the top to a Willie. He registers a foul on him and will go to the line for 2. I'm happy he missed the shot.
Yeah, as soon as you swipe down as a defender when you're coming in there, that's where you're in trouble. That's why you want to go underneath the ball as opposed to over the top. As soon as they see that slapping action, even if you get the ball, it's usually going to be called as Pozoglu, the captain, is checking out now for Jake Lloyd coming in.
He just collected the foul. It's his second personal, so unsurprisingly taking a seat.
As O'Willie has 2 from the line, as he will make the first.
So that had a very, very fast start here, Ballarat, and it's very quickly been eaten up by the Eagles as the second one goes up and drops, and we are back to a 1-point ball game. So Lingard inbounds, and Humphrey will bring it up the court. Liu takes that screen. He just found himself open for a 2, but cooks it a bit long, and Perry collects the rebound. The Eagles now to move it quickly. Bokut's going to hold it up. Perry inside. Willie turns, shoots, and just falls out 2.
He don't mind that, going up, being aggressive. It's a good look. As Lloyd comes down the court and just sort of spends it before he earns it there, Lingard. But it'll be Ballarat ball. There's a couple of subs come in. Mangyang coming in for Worthy, and Simmons in for O'Willie. And Thosby, who was a star against Dandenong in their last game, checks in for Lingard.
So, baseline ball. Easy inside look, foul, can't collect the bonus. Deserved it.
And Jake Lloyd will go to the line for 2. In his NBL1 career, about 80% from the free throw line.
So, Lloyd can't drop the first. Almost walked into that shot.
Yeah. Well, you think if Jock Perry just puts his hands up in the air, he should get an offensive rebound if it misses here. Probably doesn't have to jump.
Regardless, the second drops. So still in the lead, just by 2 points. As Simons finds Mangyang open for 3. Nails it, and Diamond Valley take the lead. Thosby kicks it to the point. Now the Miners just need to change something up here. Started very, very well, but they need to find something different in offense as Liu contacted hands there, and that is a really great fight through. Excellent drive from Lloyd for 2.
That's what they need to start doing. I feel they've been settling a little bit. They need to get to the basket a little bit more, see if they can get to the foul line.
So, Bogut at the point, Simons. Now Liu finds himself open for 2, just falls short. That was a bit of a miscorrect tip there into the hands of Manyang for an easy collection and bucket.
About a 3-second difference here between the shot clock and game clock as Ballarat bring it down the court.
Rudolph hands it off, and Lloyd just having a think about it, decides to go outside to Thosby, and they're just going to try to use as much shot clock as they can. Steps back, 3, bang! Yes. What a shot by Adam Thosby. In the dying seconds to put Ballarat back up to 2 points in front. It's been a back and forward first quarter. The Eagles will finish the first term with 17, Ballarat on 19.
That is a big 3 right there, because you just felt like Diamond Valley got a fair bit of the momentum towards the end of that quarter, and Thosby with a big step back 3. Looking through some of the stats, Rudolph, top scorer for Ballarat with 7, Bazoglu with 6, Thosby with the 3. Looking at Diamond Valley, we got Manyang with 5, Kafritzis with a 4. If we have a look at the last game for Ballarat, Thosby with 30 points. Jack Davison, who is not playing tonight, I believe he's injured. I think I saw a Band-Aid on his eyebrow, so he maybe copped a whack at the end of last game. He had 27 points, so that's a void they're going to have to fill here tonight. But guys like Rudolph and Pozoglu scored about 20 points each last game, so those guys can be stepping up, and that's what they've done in this first quarter for Ballarat.
Statistics across the board for the Miners are great. They are shooting 6 from 12 from the field so far, and a fair few from beyond the 3-point arc too. It's just Diamond Valley are answering them, getting a lot more looks at the basket as well too.
Exactly.
As if players like a Willie can start making those baskets under the ring where he's going to work, that would certainly help them too. But a relatively even first term both ways.
Now, they started off 0 of 8, Diamond Valley, so sort of found themselves into the game afterwards. But yeah, 1 of 6 from downtown. Something that we saw in the women's game was they just need to make it at the right time for the momentum to really swing. So 17% for them, while Ballarat have 43% from downtown. The only thing you can maybe be critical about is that they've left some shots at the free throw line. 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far, Ballarat. So probably the only thing you can be critical of there. It'll be Diamond Valley ball to get us started here in the second quarter. Matty Reynolds checks in for his first time tonight.
Yet to see Perry go to work yet for the Eagles. He's just registered an assist and a rebound. He's a chance for 2 turn. Can't make that one drop.
Solid D there from Brooks. Just wall up, make him shoot on a fadeaway with his balance going away from the basket.
Absolutely so. Brooks kicks to Thosby. Defended by Manyang. Can't find the gap inside, so forced to retreat and try a second time. And now the double team kicks to the open man. Rudolph looks good. Smart play there from Ballarat.
He's up to 9 for tonight, Rudolph. This could be his night.
Fritzis. He's up. Giving it to Simons. Tip pass. Good start here from Ballarat. Brooks open at the point. Just feeds it around, and Lloyd decided against it. Now it sits with Thosby, who just took a very interesting little 3-point attempt.
Yeah, tried to draw the foul there, I reckon.
Yeah, hopped into it with no one on him and fell short.
Yeah, like you said, I like to see Perry start to use his size a little bit more. Just sort of seems like he's a little tentative, but in a new system, that's always going to take time to learn where you sit. He's
also come back from injury too, so the tentative would certainly speak to him, not wanting to probably hurt himself, as we see another turnover and tip pass here, a one-on-one. Kafritzis just with the hands up. The official happy with it?
Yeah, you can't, hands straight up, can't complain about that too much.
And Manyang Simon's against going with it too. Fritzis now feeds it inside to Perry, and the official has seen
A foul, I believe, on 22. No, 10. My mistake.
Yeah, Jake Lloyd down on the baseline there off ball, so his first personal.
It'll be an end-line ball here with a 14 on the shot clock. Mangyang will inbound. Fritzis comes off a screen from Perry, loses his footing.
Simons works his player down. Gee, that is strong. What a great effort there from BJ Simons. Drew his player in. Good defence. So bad defence, I should say. Good offence. The foul to Tyler Rudolph. It definitely wasn't bad defence at all. It was just very, very well worked by Simons.
He's a real X factor for Diamond Valley, winning the Anzac Day medal a couple of weeks back for him. He's a real X factor when he plays well, and it's not even always on the stat sheet. It's just with effort and loose balls and that sort of stuff. He can be the real difference maker, and that's on cue because he's nearly done an air ball on a free throw.
I was just going to say, all that big up. And he attempted a very poor-looking free throw as the Miners go again. Lloyd, on inside, looks at Rudolph. Can't connect.
Switch to a 2-3 zone on that play. Just something to watch. Not a bad look from Lloyd, but 2-3 zone it looks like from Diamond Valley.
Fritzis, yeah, absolutely. To Perry outside. 3. Hello, there he is. And the bench stand up. Crosby. That one moving very quickly now. He's up back in his hands, and a big 3 from him too to respond. Each team just cancelling the other team out at the moment. Still a 2-point ball game.
It's 2 of 3 from downtown. You've got to get a hand on him.
Fritzis pumped off. Wants to go 2 from 2. Oh, he can't make it.
In and out. Bit stiff.
I hate those ones. Just you can see it from this angle. Slip into the ring and then just dive back out again. As Renfrey kicks out to Rudolph. Lloyd fought against the pass. Decides to go inside to Rudolph for 2. Bounces off and Yang gets fingers to it.
Fritzis brings it down.
So Perry wants to feed it inside. Not a particularly good look off the hands there of Rudolph. And I was going to say they'll probably decide against the fast break, and Renfrey certainly does that. So Thosby. It's the bump screen from Books. Good hands from Perry, but they can't collect the turnover. And the officials registered a travel on Renfrey. I believe he had possession, I guess. I didn't really see it, but fair enough.
Yeah, just sort of, I think, thought he had it and sort of jumped forward a little bit. But yeah, a bit unlucky there, but Diamond Valley ball here as Kafritz brings it up.
Capitola. Simmons to Fritzis, just moving it around, trying to draw players in. Some hang time there on the drive. Good 2.
He's up to 6 points on the night. Kafritzis has been pretty good, adding to that starting role that he's got now.
So the Miners have been able to answer pretty much everything the Eagles have thrown up so far tonight. Can they do it again? Zoglu is taken back onto the court. Rudolph. And now an outside look for 3, and that one just goes long for Thosby. Now the Eagles here with a chance to retake the lead. Kafritzis goes to Capitola. Simons visibly disappointed for not getting that inside pass as Kafritzis just works off his player. And that one just falls outside the ring. Miners with a real intent to push this one quick when they get possession. So Lloyd just retreats it back up to the point. Ends up with Thosby. Inside to their captain, Pazoglu. Well, that looks not bad from my end, to be honest, but Fritzis had no complaints about the call, so he'll take a foul and we'll put him to the line for 2. His first personal.
Well, that's the first time there they've really been able to get an inside shot since they switched to a 2-3 zone. You know, Thosby's hit the 3, he missed one before, so since they switched to the 2-3, it's sort of changed them a little bit, having to settle mid-range and 3-pointers, which is their game to a point. But it stopped that inside look until just then from Rudolph.
Absolutely. Dunmore back on for the Miners as Brooks take a seat. Simon's also sitting down for the Eagles. And Mandrel Worthy back onto the court as the first one misses. And the second one drops.
It's 10 on the night for Rudolph.
Just feel like so far in this game, both teams haven't really been able to figure out the magic key to sort of unlock their offensive play at the moment as Manyang decides to prove me wrong, but goes long in the shot. Now fast play again through Kazoglu. It's kicked outside, ends up in the hands of Thosby. A nice inside look and turn and shoot there by Rudolph. Well done, Ballarat.
It's a great cut and a great pass. There's one thing with the 2-3 zone. There is that gap if the middle backman is too far deep, so he's got to make sure he steps up so that cut can't happen.
Fritzis goes inside there to a Willie who once again just can't drop the inside look, and they're moving it quick again. Rudolph, some fast play. Lloyd, well defended by Capitola, kicks it outside. Another 3-point look and another drop there. Well done, Thosby. Now it's a 6-point ball game all of a sudden. Diamond Valley with a bit of work to do leading into half-time. Capitola sees an open baseline drive. Registers the foul, but not the bonus bucket. And that one going the way of Zach Dunmore. His first personal.
Look at some of the stats here while we have a brief stoppage in play. And 37% from the field, Diamond Valley, compared to 48 for Ballarat. Like we said at quarter time, the only thing you can really be critical of Ballarat for is their free throws. 5 of 10 for the free throw line, so they've missed a couple there, but across the board, shooting in the 40 and 50% percentiles. Rebounds are up, and 4 steals along with 8 assists as well. So positive signs early for Ballarat as they hold a 6-point lead with just over 4 minutes left.
Absolutely. So, I rephrase my statement from earlier. It's a 6-point ball game to the Miners, and it's really just come off the back of some good outside shooting very, very recently. But this game so far has really just been a pretty solid contest both ways. And I think both teams get to figure out exactly what they need to do to kind of break the game open for themselves, which we're not complaining about because it always leads to a very competitive, contested game.
That's going to be 2 shots for Capitola as we come out of the timeout. Just over 50% from the line so far this season. As he makes the first. And lives to his percentage of 50%, and a great save as Ballarat now push. Comes off a screen here. Thosby, not quite. And a bit of a hustle play. He tempted to keep it in. Dunmore, but it's going to be Diamond Valley ball. And again, another shot early in the shot clock for Ballarat just sort of shows how they want to approach this game.
Just see that from Kazoglu. Sportsmanship, just checking to see if his opponent's okay on the ground. So, Manyang at point. Over the top look to Okit. Tight mismatch, so he's forced us to go outside to Worthy. A nice little baseline floater for 2. So, Ballarat to respond. Dunmore goes to Kazoglu at the point. Looking for a play run, back to Dunmore. Outside, and a big 2 again, a big 3 I should say again from Thosby. He's loving it from there tonight.
It's his 4th 3 he's knocked down here tonight. They've got to get a hand on him, can't give him any space.
So Manyang outside to Worthy to respond, and does. A big 3 for Diamond Valley. Back to a 3-point ball game. So, Miners just moving around at the point here. They're doing this well for the last couple of minutes just to find an open man as Rudolph takes it baseline against the Willie. A relatively easy look there in the end. Now Bogut, move it quickly. Oh, well, that is actually not a terrible call because
body contact, yeah.
From our angle, Kazoglu got full hands to the ball, but he definitely had block contact there. We'll put Bogut to the line for 2. You get that a lot from players, not in this league because they know better, but certainly in younger ones where they get a solid rejection. We'll fail to forget that any kind of body contact that blocks that player from going to the ring constitutes a blocking foul, as he did then. So, Bogut to the line. Drops the first.
It's one of the rare sort of defensive breakdowns there from Ballarat. Just was able to waltz his way down the court there, Balquet, and get himself to the line. Where he splits him as Willie fights for it, but can't get it.
I was going to say, could have had hands on that one as the Miners once again go quickly. Gee, Renfrey wanted to take on everyone there. So how's this going to play out? It will fall in the hands of Ballarat. 10 seconds on the shot clock. An outside look now for 3. Looking pretty good from there tonight. That one not falling. And then Yang just pulling back and resetting to Capitola. Inside to a Willie. And I saw that too. The double foot move. I think he knew it as well. So trouble call. A few weird violation calls tonight so far. 2 troubles, a double dribble. Don't see them very often. Lloyd. And now Thosby, who's been hot from outside, decides to give it to Rudolph to also have a crack. Can't make it. Capitola with a nice rebound. And Bogut tried to move it quickly. And Rudolph with the interception and just visits the Eagles bench temporarily. Big sub move here for Diamond Valley. Simons, Perry and Liu stepping on court. This last 2 minutes of the first half.
As Lingard will come in for Lloyd for Ballarat.
Dual captains for the Miners, Kazoglu and Lingard. There's Bogut. To Perry at the point. Gee, he was looking for it, wants it, takes it. Big 3 from Jock Perry. Lingard. Thosby, very careful not to leave him open now. I was going to say almost left Lingard open, but decided against it. That is a really nice inside look there from Rudolph. Forced back around, the 3 again, and Thosby can't make it work. The official sees a foul there on Ballarat.
And a bit of jawing afterwards, but yeah, as soon as you sort of go straight over the back there.
Lingard not happy because that's their 5th team foul and will put the Eagles to the line for 2.
Lingard explaining to the ref that Bogut might have had control of his arm and sort of made him jump over his back. But referees don't agree, and Bogut with a chance to give Diamond Valley the lead.
Referees also don't change their mind.
No, exactly.
Either way, it's giving the Eagles a bonus look, which Ryan Bogut misses the first of. So this one to tie it back up. The Miners got out to a 6-point lead this quarter, and once again, similar to the first, Diamond Valley have just drawn it back in their favour. They are yet to get a significant lead themselves, though, the Eagles, and that's definitely going to be the plan for the second half, you'd think. You also get the feeling, too, that if Ballarat just once again find their form from beyond the 3-point line, it's just going to bring that lead straight back in their way again as we get a quick timeout for Ballarat. 35 apiece, 124 remaining in this first half.
And you were speaking about that 3-point percentage there for Ballarat. 40%, 6 of 15 from the triple. I think Thosby has 4 of those himself. I reckon he's probably about 4 of 6, 4 of 7. But yeah, they can easily get on a run just from 3 balls and shots early in the shot clock. So Diamond Valley done a good job, especially in the last couple of minutes when they've been able to eat into this short lead that Ballarat had, just making sure that they use up more of the shot clock and make them take a shot later. But minute 24 left, 35 apiece. Rudolph the leading scorer for Ballarat with 13 and Thosby with 12. A bit more even spread on Diamond Valley. Perry with 6, Kaprizis with 6, Worthy with 5, so a bit more of an even spread for Diamond Valley, and Ballarat, much like they have been all season, very much top heavy. Second most points scored in the league this season.
Ballarat yet to register an offensive rebound, but Tom and Valley also to register a steal. And the rest of the statistics are pretty even. So demonstrates why we are sitting at 35 apiece at the moment as the Miners will kick off post-timeout. Renfrey. Fast moving ball to Rudolph. Gee, almost a steal there. Still falls their way. That shot clock won't reset now. Down to 5 seconds as they need to do something with it. Thosby, no stranger to a three. It was a very long one. And you, I think, well, that one. Ooh. So here's what's happening is Thosby's fairly adamant the ball hit metal.
Again, we haven't got the best angle of it, but I didn't think it actually hit the ring. But again, we don't have the best angle.
Yeah, so it's been overruled by controlling official. He's just going to explain to the coach why now, but he believes that the ball did touch the ring, and that would have reset the shot clock, which means the official's call of a shot clock violation would have been incorrect. So it will then go by the possession control, and it obviously went out of bounds and head the way of Ballarat. Need to build the muscles of these core sweepers, I reckon. Just put some arm into it, you know. Go ballistic on the floor. Not a program. No, good work by him. Well done. So, we go again. 1 minute and change remaining in this one. Lingard inbounds. Simon's just kind of removed his player there. He plays very strong defence as that turn and shot was just collected by Lingard.
Yes, offensive basket interference, I believe, because he had the ball, grabbed the ring, put it down, so
it affected the way the ball was moving through the basket itself, and the shot wasn't completed. So
in the NBA, by all means, but not with FIBA rules.
Coach not happy, and it's also, he's a very ball line call in general, that one, because you've got to determine when is the ball going in the basket or is it impacted. But regardless, the basket won't count. We still remain at 35 apiece. Who is going to take this lead going into half-time is Perry. Gee, took a fadeaway, low percentage shot, bounces off metal and falls in the way of the Miners as it's moved quickly by Thosby. He goes to Lingard, into the corner for three, and there's your answer, Dunmore.
They also had a 2-for-1 opportunity there, Ballarat, and took it, so they will get another possession before the half ends.
So Bogut, will the Eagles respond in kind, or will they get as close as they can to the lead at half-time? Simons tries, but is well defended. Gee, the Miners now with a really, really good chance to get a nice break before the big break. Thosby outside, Rudolph, corner. Drive there from Renfrey and can't make that ball drop. Would have been a perfect finish for them, but Liu will pick up that foul, his first personal. So 2.4 seconds left in this one, and Renfrey now with the ability to give his team a potential 5-point lead going into half-time. Scoreline just keeps yo-yoing between pretty much draw and then Ballarat kicking it out to a 5-6 point lead and then back again. So the Eagles not able to find a way to just break momentum and get a 10-point turnaround as both drop. 1 second left. Bogut will go from half court, tries to register a foul, and gee, that looks good from our angle.
Yeah, it looked very good.
But just offline. So we're going to half-time. A nice little last minute there from Ballarat as they register 40 on the board to Diamond Valley's 35. We'll take a very quick break. I'll be right back with you just before the start of the second term.
a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. Award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1.
Express yourself.
At Coles Express.
Fasten up your seatbelts, do a double take. Don't need to be a millionaire to roll this kind of way. Yeah, I got the recipe to do it every day. Straight to the top, and that's where we gon' stay. Yeah. Step it up again. Yeah, we do it every day. Step it up, step it up.
Take it to the next level.
Step it up again.
Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Elevate your adventure.
Suffer from muscle or mild joint pain? Try Kanzia Pain Relief Cream from Zia, an anti-inflammatory cream providing temporary pain relief using natural active ingredients. Experience the Zia difference at zia.com.au.
At 6'1", I was never going to beat them at the ring, but I could learn to run rings around them. My dream started on the backyard court battling my brothers. Where will your dream start? Determination, the right training and a superior surface to practice on. You're on your way. Customised to fit any space or budget, superior bounce quality and the official court partner of the NBL. You know the quality is assured. Elevate your game with Dream Courts.
Back. Gee, to a belter of a song, far out. What a way to...
That's the court announcing I like.
What a time to turn the volume up as we're nearing the end of half-time here at the Nest. Ballarat Miners finishing that half on 40, the Eagles 35. It has been what can be best described as a yo-yo game so far. The Miners pushed it out to a very fast start with about a 6 or 7 zip lead to begin the game with, and the Eagles swallowed that back up, and it's just been going back forward. But the biggest thing tonight is that Domin Valley have not managed to get a 10-plus point turnaround so far, and it's found them trailing or either drawing with their opponent this evening. So it'll be interesting to see in this second term what they can do to get a good 10-zip point run and try and get the lead back in their favour, or can Ballarat continue the momentum of what they're doing and take the game out tonight?
Yeah, I think yo-yo game's a pretty good word to describe it. We're looking at the stats before, and there's not really a lot to talk about. It's pretty even. Rebounds very similar. Assists 10-6. Turnovers 5-4. The only one that's a huge difference is that Ballarat's got 4 steals and Diamond Valley don't have any. But yeah, like you said, it's been hard for Diamond Valley to get a run on. You know, they've only spent just over a minute in the lead tonight. But it doesn't matter who leads in the first half, it matters who leads at the end of the game. So anyone's game here in the second half, yo-yo game or not.
So clock done, players on court about to get back underway. It's pretty interesting that all we've seen from a bloke that looks like he's about 6.7, Jock Perry, is about 2 or 3 three-pointers tonight and not a whole lot inside, but hey, whatever gets the points on the board. We'll see what Perry can do in the second term as Simons will inbound. And away we go. So, Kafritzis to Manyang. Now Simons just tries that feed inside, but well intercepted and read by Pozoglu. And now the Miners will try and get the first baskets of the second term. Thosby has been hot from outside so far tonight. Tries from beyond the quarter court, and does my court commentating well. Proves me correctly with a big 3.
He is 5 of 10 from downtown.
That was downtown, well beyond quarter court. Another inside pass, almost intercepted, but a big rejection there. Once again from Adam Thosby.
And that's a big body to get a rejection on as well with Simons.
A very good night tonight so far. So 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound goes to Perry. Now Capitola, now shot clock's a danger, just tries to go around his player in Brooks, and that was an incredible two. Well done by Joel Capitola against the odds. So, Zoglu.
As Kafritzis just picks his pocket and will go up for the easy deuce. First steal of the night for Diamond Valley, and it's a valuable one as Lloyd comes down the court.
Careful to leave their player open there, and gee, that one, how's the official going to see it? I think they're happy with the basket call. They will. So, the points will count. Foul will go to BJ Simons.
Pozzoglu with 9 points after that, and the chance to make it 10 with the M1, averaging 12 this season. And also 10 boards, so one of two players on the Ballarat lineup to be averaging a triple-double this season. Oh, sorry, a double-double this season.
Second one falls. 7-point lead as Manyang's heavily pressured in the corner. Fritzis back to Manyang. Defense very impressive from the Miners. Simons tries to go through two, and it was very easily collected by Lloyd. He pushes it quick. Pozzoglu gives it back to Lloyd. That one now just shifting out to the wing, foot inside the line there for Rudolph. Can't make a drop, and Fritzis now will collect and rebound. These steals are really costing the Eagles. Fritzis needs to be careful not to stand up. Manages to get it to Simons inside. Capitola outside. Perry, three, falls short. Almost collects his own rebound as they reset with 14. Fritzis to Capitola for three. That one drops. Desperately needed by Diamond Valley. Gee, they want to answer quickly, the Miners, and can't. And Fritzis almost getting hands to it, ends up falling to Capitola. He wants to take 3-on-1. Great drive. Well done, Joel Capitola. Suddenly, a 2-point ball game.
Zoglu just sort of played a pass there, just sort of gave him a bit of a free lane. It was an uncontested layup.
Zoglu off his knee. Eagles ball. Diamond Valley getting a nice run here as a Willie steps on court. Jay Simons will just take a seat.
And it started by getting stops, this little bit of a run. A couple of steals, a couple of bad shots.
And this is where it comes down to pressure time for the Eagles. They've done this 2 or 3 times tonight, and then they've stopped when they've drawn the game up. So if they can keep pushing, they've got a good chance of finding the lead. But Ballarat have shown they've got the potential to keep it in their favour as Capitola tries to take 2-on-1. That one was a very, very pressured drive. Couldn't make the basket fall, and Ballarat now is Cosby. Kicks it out. Zoglu goes to the wing. Lloyd. That's that baseline. Decides against it. Tries to take on Manyang. Gee, that would have been a very impressive two had he got it in. Back in Eagles' hands. Kafritzis. Again, another steal. Thankfully isn't registered. Falls in the way of a Willie. It would have been a travel if he had hands on the ball, but the official has seen a reaching foul. Basket's been cancelled, and that foul will go to Amos Brooks. And we'll put Desmond and Willie to the line for 2.
As Ben Allen will come in for Perry. And Lingard checks in for the big man Brooks.
Amos Brooks very vocal coming to the bench about that call, but it is what it is. So Willie can't put the first in. 5 from 10 now from the free throw line tonight, the Eagles. Second falls, so now a 1-point ball game. So this is the time so far this game where the Miners just break out on a little bit of scoring run and retake the lead. Will it happen again? Short 2, good start, well done Rudolph.
He moves up to 15 points on the night to go with 9 boards as well for Rudolph.
Allen feeds inside to where Willie wants to go to work. Turn, hook, can't make it happen. Kafritzis with a big rebound and just couldn't hold on to that one. Knocks it out, Miners ball. It's such a strange game. Again, if they hypothetically put a 3 in here, we're back to that 6-point lead again. So, Rudolph. Trapped in the corner. Gee, that was incredible. Faked off Capitola and worked the baseline. Well done. Fritzis to Manier. Just got it in the hands of Willie there. Now Manyang recollects. Well done. He just found himself too far under the ring then. Ended up beating Thoseby to the basket. Now he collects possession. To Lloyd. Just spin moves his player down. And so I really like this. I think Capitola had his hands in, but Allen puts his hands up. He'll register the foul. So Ben Allen happy to take it.
How is that
his third personal?
Foul on Allen. He wasn't even defending it, was he? I thought Capitola was...
This is the thing. From our angle, I saw Capitola with his hands in, and then Allen just put his hand up immediately to say, give it to me. And whatever the official saw from his angle is obviously fine.
Right.
Well, but he's given the foul to Benny Allen, so... Allen's an interesting player like that. He'll own fouls when he wants them, but when he hasn't fouled and gets one...
Yeah, he was about 3-4 feet away there.
He will let you know about it. So, Kafritzis, Capitola. There's a great inside pass, quick. Well defended though. Kafritzis just misses that too. A little scoring run has just dried up again now as the Miners seek to take advantage of that. Baseline from Pizoglu goes outside and the shot can't be made. Good groundwork there by Worthy. Kafritzis, Worthy, great give and go drive. Just a short full court press there now, which kind of left the backcourt open, and Allen will actually pick up his fourth personal off the back of that. The officials also put his hands up for 2, which Allen's questioning.
I suppose he's stepping through, but that's a big continuation. And Allen with 4, so I don't know whether it's sort of the role of keep some of the other guys out of foul trouble, but that's 2 quick fouls, one where he was 5 feet away and that one which is probably fair enough. But so Pizoglu will shoot 2.
He goes to the bench with his 4th personal. As the first one drops. And just like that, we're back to a 6-point lead.
Well, like you were saying, they just haven't been able to, once they get it to those 1, 2, or even when it's tied up, you know, they haven't been able to really push on from there, Diamond Valley. And Ballarat, I don't want to say are on top, but have just been able to maintain a sizable gap in this sort of game.
It's definitely their credit. Ballarat just go to work when they see that scoreline dipping again. So, Capitola, and now Worthy. Inside to Simons. He loves this under the ring, and that one just falls in. And the bench stood up on that one to ask for the same call that they got in the first half with offensive interference.
And like you said, it's a very line ball call. Got to call it straight away.
Absolutely so. Interesting to see what that was. It was Capitola on Rudolph.
That'll be personal. His first, yep.
14 fouls also too for Diamond Valley as well, with 4:15 to play in this one, so in foul trouble now. So Renfrey at the point, kicks inside. Well, just left open was Rudolph, but couldn't take advantage of the 2, and now Bokert is back on court. Just wants to go almost coast to coast. The floating hook shot.
Too big there from
Simons. Just bumped his player off balance there. We all saw it from our end, and Thoseby just looks over at the bench to say what happened. So Dunmore seeking someone inside, but no one home, so he's forced to go to work a little bit. Loses control, and it's collected by Worthy. Fast break to a Willie. He must take his player on, try to pick up the offensive, but he's been dished a blocking foul. The points will drop. He'll go to the line for 1 more. So Renfrey, the official seeing him moving his feet on that call.
I'll tell you what, that takes some guts to try and take a charge when Willie's coming at you and you're a point guard. No, points count and Diamond Valley a chance to take the lead. Ballarat bench don't agree. You can understand why, but refs made his call and a chance for a 3-point play.
Our opening game against Eltham was a KO game, and we had a replay screen next to us, and it was absolutely fantastic to get a second look at those ones
tonight,
again.
I reckon.
They'd be great fun to see, but regardless, back to again a 1-point ball game. It's just back and forward, this one. And as the script goes, this is where the Miners just push their lead back out again. Can they do it? Some very heavy pressure defence here. Rudolph around to Bazoglu. The shot clock a factor with 3 seconds. He needs to go for a quarter court drop and drops it off the backboard. What a monster 3 by Nicholas Bazoglu.
And he's laughing because he's banked it in.
Simons. Worthy wants to answer in kind. Does. Bang! 3 for him too. Just a really fast-moving ball game here. Dunmore has the pass turned over. Now the Eagles with a chance, and that one just overcooked as Rockets unable to get to it. What an incredibly quick-moving 30-60 seconds we've just had, as the Eagles finally see themselves with a 1-point lead in the game.
Both teams shooting above 40% from downtown. Big improvement on Diamond Valley, who were only 4 of 18 from downtown last time out.
It's been a long time between drinks since we've seen the Eagles take the lead in this game. Can the Miners end that now? Shot clock being called as Rudolph goes to work. They thought about putting that one down, Dunmore, but decided against it as Bogut traditionally moves it quickly, works his defender off. The official's going to see that going the way of Ballarat. So the players getting a bit more vocal, the bench is getting a bit more vocal. We feel like the pressure in this game's just stepped up another level. If the scoreline stays this way, it's only going to keep going up. So not to say the Eagles are seeking a win tonight, but they're still sitting relatively middle of the table here. And they've still got their Tassie trip yet to do, which obviously this year's different to last, but they didn't have a lot of success there last year, and it really put their season in a slump. So they would like to go on that trip with a healthy win-loss ratio, as Bazoglu just gives it to his point guard. Receiving it back there, really just working close to the shot clock here. Dunmore takes a bit of a Hail Mary. He's asking for a foul call, but the ball went directly over the back of the backboard. Didn't look like he was really impeded on that shot. He must have put a lot of arm into it.
Yeah. Again, another benefit of replay, but that's playing for the foul, I reckon.
Bogut to Reynolds. Haven't seen a lot of him tonight. Matty Reynolds, the captain. Give it to Worthy. He wants to go 2 from 2. Just falls short. Good rebound by Simons. Wants to go strong and does. 3-point lead, biggest the Eagles have seen for the night, and the Miners have had enough. We'll go to the bench for a timeout. 1:31 remaining in this third term. We have a very happy-looking Diamond Valley bench at the moment, and White Knot have finally managed to break that issue they've had all game, which has been just unable to take at least even a small controlling lead, and they've finally done it. Can they maintain it is the question.
Well, I think one thing that's changed, we were saying how even the stats were, and they're still relatively even, but a key thing is the rebounds, especially the offensive rebounds. Second chance opportunities, 7 offensive boards for Diamond Valley, and you've seen a couple in that last bit of play where they were able to go on a little bit of a run to take their biggest lead. Ballarat, on the other hand, only 1 offensive rebound, so that's a key difference in the stats. Everything else dead set even, but that's been one thing that's probably allowed Diamond Valley just to get on top. They've been teasing for a while. They've now been able to get on top.
And Tyler Rudolph also registering a double-double for himself tonight too. 17 points and 10 rebounds for him.
Yeah, he's averaging 22 points on the year with the 10 boards, so you think he'd be going past that tonight and improving his stats in the absence of Jack Davison.
Absolutely. Certainly got some scoring leaders tonight. The Miners. Eagles just sharing it around a little bit more. Still an even game. 3-point lead, 1:31 remaining in this third term. Zoglu.
Turnover.
I was going to say a very risky pass there to Worthy. He'll fly high. Oh, no. A risky look there. Just overcooked the steps on the drive, I think. As
Yeah, just tried to take too many steps.
Shake it off. Those are never the ones you want to see. A really easy fast break look. So, bit of a retrieval here for the Miners. Thosby just had hands all over that Mandrill. Great block, makes up for the previous miss. And just not a good pass there to Simons. So, just a few silly turnovers in the last couple of seconds. A bit of control wanted both ways. Zoglu kicks out. Rudolph decides against the shot, drives baseline under. It's a good two.
And Simons who fell to the ground, not happy about a no whistle as the court wipers will come out. And it gives Diamond Valley a time here to set up and go. There's a bit of time left to get a 2-for-1 here, as we might have another issue with the water on the court. If you weren't with us for the women's game, with about 6 minutes left in the last quarter, we have a vent just above the court, just on the free throw line to your right-hand side, and it just builds up with water over time, and unfortunately, looks like it's just collapsed again. So my commentating partner, AJ, will go out and see what's what. Unfortunately, it happened today during the domestic games along with the women's game earlier, so only caused us a brief stoppage in the women's game, so hopefully it's another brief one here. Diamond Valley holding a 1-point lead with 44 seconds left in the quarter.
This happened not the same time in the third quarter as the women's, but it was definitely in the third. And it was, again, I mean, this is just deja vu because it was a very close game in the women's. It was a very fast-paced section of it too, and both teams just got a nice, healthy break because of this same issue. And there's not much we can do about it. It's stadium roofs, it's water. It's extraordinarily painful, but we just have to work with it. And as Jordan probably just said, that we see it dump a bit of water and then it just won't happen for the remainder of the game, as you can see our NBL1 representative Ricky on court just explaining that to the officials. So, focusing on the game though, still just difficult to tell what's happening here apart. As we said, the Eagles have just found a little bit of momentum and managed to get themselves a small lead. It's just going to be really difficult to see how this game's going to blow out when it comes to the end of the fourth quarter. There's obviously a chance that it will, but it's been such a very evenly contested game. You just think that if the Miners can improve their rebound statistic, especially from an offensive perspective, it's really going to assist them.
Yeah, well, with the way this game's going, you expect it to go down to the wire. You know, all it takes is for one player to get hot and hit a couple of threes, which we've seen both teams do in the past, and it could be a little bit of a gap in it, but both teams can't really separate them. And although Diamond Valley have held the lead a bit this quarter, Ballarat in the first half were just able to keep a little bit of a gap on them. So if they're able to go in up here at three-quarter time, I think they'll definitely take that, because Diamond Valley have had a pretty good quarter. And not to say Ballarat have had a bad one, they just haven't been as dominant and as controlled on the offensive end. But it looks like after a short delay here, we're ready to get back underway. It'll be Diamond Valley ball with 44 seconds left.
So we didn't see it reoccur again for the women's, and fingers crossed we just don't see it happen again for the men's tonight either. As Bokit resets the clock. Mandrill inside. There's Perry under the ring. First time tonight we've seen him try to work his player down, and that one just creeps over the front of the ring. Good work, Jock Perry.
There's a 3.7 second difference between the shot and game clock. Just
not sure what the official wanted there, but we're all good. Back underway. So Zoglu haven't gone into a quarter down yet. I'm sure that wanted to happen at the end of the third. Skip pass across. It's been a risky one for them tonight. Dunmore is fouled. Basket won't count, but it'll be Diamond Valley's fifth personal, fifth team foul, I should say. That one going the way of Matty Reynolds. Put the minus to the line for 2.
Simon's first personal. Like I said, he's a real X factor for this team, and he's been on the court for most of this quarter, and that's no reason why they've been able to get 7 or 6 more offensive boards than Ballarat this game. He's definitely played a part in that with his 5 boards himself.
That was on Simon's, my apologies. I swear he put a 6 up, but anyway. This doesn't drop.
Yeah, 83% so far this year for Dunmore from the line.
Big number. Second goes in. So, 10 seconds left in this third term. Eagles will want the last play. Okert, easily defended. The Miners won't mind fouling. They tried and couldn't. Bokert collects the 2, and they go into the last term with a 4-point lead. Diamond Valley 63, Ballarat Miners 59. You can just see at the point there they were just trying to foul Bokert, and it wasn't enough to register with the official. And then he just found a gap in the key, and number 2.
Yeah, you say that the momentum is with Diamond Valley, the back end of that quarter especially. And it's a very even spread. Worthy with 10, Capitola with 10, Capritzis with 8. No one else in double figures with the exception of Worthy and Capitola. When we look at Ballarat, Pazoglu's got 15 and 4 boards. We've got Rudolph, top scorer, with 19 and 10 boards himself, and Thosby with 15, all coming from the 3-point line. So they keep giving the ball to him, he's going to keep knocking it down. So 4-point game here going into the last quarter, anybody's game, and this is exactly what you want to be seeing here on a Saturday night. One key thing looking at the stats here is Mandrel Worthy. He's got 10 points, but his plus-minus is the best of anyone on the court, plus 12. So it's his impact when he's on the court to sort of bring that energy, to bring a bit of run into their game, is exactly what you want to be seeing. So points in the paint for Diamond Valley, 28. A key difference compared to Ballarat with only 12. Diamond Valley also with 24 points off their bench. Really talking about that even spread that they've had, while Ballarat just a 6, but that is one more than what they had in their win last time out.
The Eagles bench looking very intense. They are happy with the way their boys played in that third term. Just got to try to get the kids off the court here because they're a bit that's just a bit keen and eager. That's all good. Little under 8s just love shooting here for their Player of the Week awards, so why not give them a bit of extra time as this one gets underway. Last term, who's going to make the most of it? Zoglu just finds that little skip kick to Rudolph, who works it inside, and there's another turnover. I think that came off the hands. No, I was going to say a Bokert, but the official's seen that with Ballarat, and the Eagles will get possession. You're noticing Pazoglu just doing a lot of these sort of fake passes or no-look passes to his players, and I'm just sort of wincing every time they happen because some of them just aren't connecting and some of them are just connecting. They need to be really careful. Turnovers are 10 apiece at the moment. It's not something you want to rack up in this last term.
Well, that's his 3rd turnover for the game. Unfortunately, a stat you don't want to be first in.
Bokert. Reynolds. Perry. Can he go to work inside? He certainly has the height advantage. Well, that absolutely was not a foul from our angle. Rudolph just tried to go to the floor to collect something off him, and the official was having none of it.
And just like that, it's a 6-point lead for Diamond Valley. So all of a sudden, Ballarat are in the same position that Diamond Valley have been in for most of the first half. They weren't able to sort of close that gap enough. Now Ballarat, who have been ahead for most of the game, are in that position and probably need to start hitting a few shots from outside, looking at it again.
Such a risky defensive move to do against someone who's that tall, to leave him an open key. Regardless, Zoglu again. Skips it across to Rudolph. Ball been in both their hands quite a lot tonight. Lloyd. Shot clock now being counted down as Pizzoglu wants to go baseline against Manyang. Here's another turnover pass.
Coach killers, this sort of stuff for Ballarat as Worthy comes down the court, fast-paced. Just can't get it to drop.
Move it again, so Dunmore outside. Off the sides against it and kicks it to the point. And now Thosby, who's been a bit quiet since the first half, he absolutely excelled.
And a travel called.
At the start of this game, and we haven't heard much from him in the second. Dunmore takes a seat.
Not the start to the quarter Ballarat would have wanted. A couple of turnovers, now a travel. Just got to stabilise here, get some stops and start getting some good looks.
Bokit inside to Manyang. Gee, that, I don't even know if that would register as an assist or not. Perry tips it in. It got knocked out of his hands and just fell into the arms of the cutting Bokit. And now the Eagles knocking on the door of a double-digit lead. Gee, not if Lloyd has anything to say about it. Nice two. So Eagles now through Worthy, Perry, gives it to Bokit, heavily defended, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Manyang, something has to happen and it's going to be a steal. Nice turnover, the official lets that one run, Thorsby keeps going. The Miners now here with a good look and Lloyd tries
straight to Reynolds' hands.
Back. Gee, this is just a quick moving ball. They can't convert there either, and Bokit wants to slow it right down. So, Bokit. Bit of control possession here from the Eagles. Manyang. Again, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Reynolds finds an open key. Float drive, two, nails it.
And that is textbook Matty Reynolds right there. And time out to Ballarat, an 8-point lead. And you said at three-quarter time, you can't see this blowing out, and I still don't think it will, but they're knocking on the door of getting a lead that just might be too much.
Well, it's just been the objective for three-quarters of this game is Diamond Valley trying to seek and find a way to get the lead in their favour, and now they've done it. They are doing everything they can to not let it go. And it's not to say that the Miners can't get it back. They've done it multiple times tonight. They just need to figure out a way out. So, Diamond Valley will be smiling right now because Ballarat are sitting fourth on the ladder currently. The Eagles 10. The Miners have won 5 and only lost 2, so it would be a nice scalp to take tonight. They've won the last 3 on the trot. Their most...
I don't know how much our mics pick up from the air, but good old-fashioned spray from Ballarat, which is always good.
Well, they know they can do it. They've beaten some nice teams so far this season and sitting fourth on the ladder as we inch closer and closer to the end of this conference. I want to keep it that way.
I think something that's really interesting is that Ballarat are yet to register a rebound this quarter. So that was the one thing that we said, that offensive rebounds, it's 8-1, but at the same time, they just haven't been able to get a rebound this quarter. 37-26, an 11 difference.
And an 8-point difference in this game as we start again. Renfrey. Official letting that one go as well too. They're having none of these defensive drops tonight.
Acrobatic attempt there from Pizzoglu. And a chance to really get Ballarat started here in the last quarter by going to the line.
Going the way of Worthy, I believe, his first personal. Yeah, there's been a couple of just defensive attempts to register the charges tonight, and we haven't had a single one this game. Very close one, I believe, in the second term that was called as a block, but they're not picking up on any of them, the officials, and rightly so. They haven't been there. So, Pizoglu drops 2 and back to 6 points.
And it looks like a bit of a change here. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone they've gone.
Fritzis just trapped in that corner, works it back out. And Yang moves 2 feet there. The official didn't see it, didn't matter. Good hands by Lloyd. They're going to move it quickly. Drives down there, and Thorsby unable to make that one count. And now, fast, Worthy, good drive. Good defence, though, too. And Worthy had a foot out of bounds, or both feet, I should say.
That's great defence there from Renfree. Spoke earlier how we nearly got a charge call off a Willie going to the basket. Now that's just straight up with a very athletic Worthy who could easily put you in the highlight reel there.
Zoglu. She almost cooked that pass to Renfree, but he collects it. He just wants to work a Fritzis down for 2, falls over the ring. Allen collects. Things to Bokert. Fritzis.
Little one there. Shuffle.
So Magnan didn't get it earlier when he did have a little step, but that one did get picked up. Fritzis asking the official, but it's there. He's got to be really, really careful leaving your space if you try to attempt to drive for the ring. So Renfree, still a 6-point lead. This game hasn't budged in the last minute. So Rudolph now in the hands of Thorsby.
Yeah, and that's a good call there. Just sort of a swipe down with the arms. I believe it'll be called on Bokert.
We know that Thorsby's got the potential to break this game open again for his team, but he's been really shut down this second term. He had a monster first half.
Well, they've made him put it on the ground. His key thing is outside shooting. They've been closing that out, so he's had to put it on the ground.
Absolutely. So the Miners again. The official wanting a trouble there. The bench, I should say, wanting a trouble there.
A technical foul has been called on the bench here of Diamond Valley. So we didn't have a good view of it. The whole thing was about Renfree going up in the air. Clearly the official thought it copped a hand on the way through. So obviously if that occurs, it's not a travel. We didn't have a great view of it. And unfortunately for Diamond Valley, their reaction got a tech foul. And a bit of a chance for a change in momentum here for Ballarat.
It's a tough one because it's an emotional thing, and when one person on the bench goes and then the next person goes and then everyone goes, it just creates a certain level of noise that sometimes the officials aren't happy with. So, in the world of the NBL, it is one free throw and possession. So back to a 5-point ball game. Renfree. That's Thorsby at the point. 3 can't drop. Would have been nice for the Miners, but Diamond Valley collect. Worthy to Fritzis. Capitola wants Allen inside. He's given it, and Allen played that really well, actually.
Yeah, he did.
He was expecting the foul before he even collected the ball.
That's the thing. They've switched to these 1-3-1, and it's given them a couple of benefits, but that's where they can be in trouble because you've got a guy who's, a guard who's playing at the back because they want to be able to really press on those guys who are in the corner. But when you get a little guy on a big guy like Ben Allen, it's going to be a bit difficult.
I've always said about the 1-3-1, if you know how to run it, you can do it very well. If you even slightly don't, it is an incredibly risky defensive move. So Allen makes the first. As well as the second.
7-point game here, just over 5 minutes left. Diamond Valley doing what Ballarat did earlier and just keeping them at arm's reach, just making sure they don't get too close with the lead. Ballarat need to respond.
So, Zoglu fed to Lloyd, just moving around the top now. Chance a risky around the back pass for 3. Just overcooked by Rudolph, and now the Eagles retain possession.
Gone a bit cold from outside. They were 9 of 19 at one stage, Ballarat from downtown. They've missed their last 5, so can easily turn around for this team, but at the moment gone a bit cold.
Field goal percentage for the Eagles creeping closer to 50% too, hence this lead. So Capitola.
Worthy, great cut and great D.
Good, Allen recollects. There's that offensive rebound we talked about.
That's 9 offensive boards now. They're kicking their ass on the offensive end.
Zoglu outside. And Renfrew just let that one ride out of bounds.
9-point game here with 4.5 left, and with the way this game's gone, I don't think any lead is safe, but you'd say definitely advantage Diamond Valley here, unless Ballarat can get something going, especially from beyond the arc. They just haven't been able to make their shots this quarter.
Well, that's right. The thing that really kept the Miners in stead earlier this game was they were knocking down a couple of threes, and they had players like Adam Thosby's collecting some twos inside as well, but all of that's just dried up for Ballarat right now. And if they've got any chance in this last 4 minutes and 34 seconds, they need to find the bottom of the net. It sounds obvious, but there's really nothing more to do from here than be accurate.
Exactly, and we have a look, only 5 points scored this quarter from Ballarat, and when you're down at three-quarter time, you need more. So if any team in the NBL 1 South can go on a run real quick, it's this Ballarat team, but we're going to have to see it here for them to walk away with the result and a long drive back to Ballarat.
1 point feels like a lot in the context of this game, but a couple of quick threes and you're back to even Stevens. So I think it was just milking this a little bit, but they come back on court. It's not the first time they've done this. So 4:34, 16-second shot clock, and Ballarat will possession. So Zoglu needs to move it quickly. Side look isn't taken, a step inside, and that's a great start. Tyler Rudolph for 2.
He's one that's going to be the difference maker down the stretch. He's got 21 points. He's the one who needs to be the difference maker.
Francis to Capitola. Sees an open gap, decides to take it. The long kick to Worthy for 3. Just drops back in.
Huge 3, and it's a double-digit lead for Diamond Valley with 4 minutes left.
Answering everything. Well, G got absolutely taken off his feet. Capitola again. The officials calling none of that tonight. Can't register the 3 nor the tip in 2 from Rudolph, and the Eagles will again get possession. They're moving it quickly. Kafritzis, Allen under the ring for 2.
12-point game, and there's something special here. Just gone cold.
Worthy with his hands all over, and one was eventually going to get called. There it is. So Capitola just chatting with the official about that previous call. I saw an arm move out, and Capitola's feet both came off the ground as he fell. So it's fair enough. They've been leaving them all game, and they can continue to leave them if that's the case.
It's a good point there from the Ballarat coach. I've seen a lot of players go down. If you're not going to call it, is there a flop warning at some stage there? But very interesting.
So Ballarat, they need to do something, and they need to do it quickly. There's going to be some accurate outside shooting to get them back into this. First one comes up from Rudolph, falls out. Big hit from Manyang. They collect possession. Kafritzis moves it quickly. Manyang inside to Allen. Cut pass to Manyang again, who just can't put it in. And now the Miners know they need to move this quickly. Zoglu had some arms around his head there from Capitola. Doesn't matter. Shot goes to Lloyd.
There we go.
Drains it. Big 3.
Lloyd, a very nice move there. Gets it to 9. Every possession critical now.
Fritzis. Eagles would think they're in no hurry here. Finds Allen. Thought about the 3. Probably should have, and very lucky there. Foul going the way of Jake Lloyd. His second personal, and not in any foul trouble. The Miners, just 2 to their name for the quarter. Allen working hard inside. It goes to Manyang. Wants to work Thosby down. Turns, shoots, drains. Well done, Yor Manyang. Zoglu just goes coast to coast, decides to kick it back out. 3-point attempt from Dunmore falls long. Official seeing that as tapped out, and Diamond Valley will keep possession.
As Ben Allen, who's played a huge role in this last quarter, checks out as Jock Perry comes in. But yeah, for the bloke who put his hand up when he was 5 feet away for a foul, he's played a huge role in getting this 11-point lead up for Diamond Valley with just over 2 to play.
So Worthy. Back over half court. He'll just keep possession here. Big two-stepper outside. Perry, 3!
And the new audition puts the dagger into the hearts of Ballarat.
This lead just keeps growing as the shot attempt there from Thosby falls long. Fritzis just works his way down the court. And they, I guess, would like percentage here, or to at least make a statement, the Eagles, because they're still going to go for it as Fritzis just works a foul. That one going to Pozoglu. Here's his 4th. Big 4-man change here for the Miners.
Riley Dunn will check in for his first minutes of the night. Number 2.
Just going to say, looks like they're just giving some of their younger kids a run to cap this game off. So, 14-point lead. We said earlier we don't know how one team's going to blow this one out, but Diamond Valley have somehow found a way. Perry, Fritzis. Picks up a foul there from Amos Brooks.
But yeah, Ballarat, their field goal percentage just dropped under 40%, while Diamond Valley's is near at 50. So it's been as simple as Diamond Valley have made their shots in the last quarter, and Ballarat haven't. So Ballarat sort of let Diamond Valley hang around a bit during the second quarter, and especially the first, and it's come back to bite them.
So the Eagles really need to use up any time here. Could certainly make some attempts if they want. Kaflitzis for a floating 2. Can't drain it. And the Miners now will just want to push it as quickly as they can to salvage what they can. A kick outside to Lingard. It's now moving around in the corner. Falls to Dunmore. He registers a 3. And Willie will step back on court. As will Liu. We saw him earlier tonight. The Eagles will just give him another run to finalise the quarter.
You have to think it's no catch here. I know it's an 11-point game, but I don't know. Sure, you got to create steals if you still want to win the game. So
Tola, Manyang, Fritzis. Willie just kicks it back out to Capitola, I should say, who's seen a drive but just mistimed the attempt. Lingard, tipped by Capitola. He's played a great game tonight. Joel Capitola, the speed in which he's run, especially at those drives through the keys, put in some absolute monsters. So, 44 seconds left. Renfree needs to take on Kafritzis. Collects a foul. I believe 4th team, so both teams now on 4 fouls. Eagles bench for Renfree had his foot over the line out of bounds there, but the inside pass goes to Brooks. Collects the points on the foul. He'll go to the line for one more.
And although it'll probably be too little too late, you do like to see this from Ballarat. Just showing a bit of fight here towards the end, even though it might be too much of a tall task. And make it. You think they'd have to full court press up here. Just try to make it hard for them.
The Eagles really in no pressure to do anything but collect fouls and go to the line here, as Kafritzis just did. Step up for 2.
No, coach wasn't happy there with committing a foul. As Kafritzis, who's played well tonight, a playmaker role. He's been able to score and get good looks inside. He's played a very good role for him.
Stepped up from last year at Kafritzis. He saw limited court time, and now he's seeing a lot of it and certainly making it worth his time. Solid screen there as Renfree tries to go all the way. They're able to collect it in. Speaking of, Kafritzis just goes for the fast break drive, collects another 2. 12 points for him tonight.
Oh, shoot the ball, young fella.
Done.
Oh.
Had an open look, goes outside to Lingard. That falls right, and we are done. Well, the Ballarat Miners would have come in tonight with one thing in mind, and the Eagles have stomped that. The 10th on the ladder has taken the scalp of the third, or the fourth, I should say. And the Eagles will be a very, very happy team tonight. Diamond Valley finish 87 to the Ballarat Miners 75. Really great game tonight from all players, all rounds. Don't forget, we have one more tomorrow, 12 p.m. tip-off time against Geelong. Can both teams make 2 from 2 across the weekends? Make sure you tune in and come down if you're in the local area as well too. Thank you so much. See you next time.